Two laborers from Chhattisgarh were killed in a terrorist attack at a brick kiln in Jammu and Kashmir's Kulgam district. The assailants targeted the laborers at the brick kiln in Kelam area of South Kashmir district on Friday evening. Officials said that the two laborers were injured in the attack and one of them, identified as Deepak Ratray, succumbed to his injuries before he could be taken to the hospital. The authorities have in fact reacted to this, and there has also reaction coming in from the Chief Minister as well. Let's listen.
बड़ी अफसोसनाक बात है कि बाहर से जो लोग कश्मीर में काम करने आए थे, थोड़ी इज्जत की रोजी रोटी कमाने आए थे, उन बेगुनाह लोगों को इस तरह निशाना बनाया गया। इस हमले की जितनी निंदा की जाए कम है। पैसा देके ना इस हमले को कम किया जा सकता है, ना इनके घर वालों को जो तकलीफ का सामना करना पड़ा है उसमें कोई कमी आएगी। लेकिन ये हमारे तरफ से एक छोटी सी कोशिश है कि इस मुश्किल दौर में हम थोड़ी सी उनकी मदद करें।
The other injured person, Bopinder, was first taken to GMC Anantnag and later referred to Skims Hospital in Saura, where he died during the treatment. The workers were both in their 20s and hailed from Chhattisgarh. This attack follows closely on the heels of another incident less than 10 days ago, in which terrorists shot and killed a police officer in Anantnag town.
दक्षिणी कश्मीर के कुलगाम ज़िले के केलम इलाके में बीती रात जो है कहीं न कहीं आतंकियों ने घात लगाकर दो प्रवासी मजदूरों पर हमला कर दिया, जिसमें पहले दोनों की हालत गंभीर बताई गई। हालांकि एक की मौत जो है वो हॉस्पिटल पहुंचाते हो गई, फिर दूसरे को रेफ़र करके अनंतनाग से श्रीनगर भेजा गया। लेकिन आज सुबह जो है श्रीनगर में दूसरे प्रवासी मजदूर की भी मौत हो गई। इसके बाद पूरे इलाके में जो है तलाशी अभियान अभी जारी रखा गया है और कोशिश की जा रही है जो हमलावर हैं उन की जो है पिन पॉइंट लोकेशन का पता लगाया जाए। और इसके चलते कहा जा सकता है कि इस ज़िले में और इस इलाके में जो भी रास्ते पहुंचते हैं, जिन रास्तों से कनेक्टिविटी है, उन पर अधिक सुरक्षा बलों की तैनाती की गई है और चप्पे चप्पे को तलाश किया जा रहा है। कुल मिलाकर अभी तक जो है सुरक्षा बलों ने जो है कोऑर्डिनेट सर्च ऑपरेशन जारी रखा है और निस्संदेह ये कोशिश की जा रही है कि जो हमलावर है उनको जल्द से जल्द जो है दबोचा जाए। लेकिन कुल मिलाकर अभी तक जो है अब राजनीतिक गलियारों में इस हमले के बाद से काफ़ी शोर मचा हुआ है। हर एक राजनीतिक दल जो है वो कहीं न कहीं इस हमले की निंदा कर रहा है।
Now, the big question that one should raise here is why are terrorists targeting non-locals? Anything to do with this reviving the economy of Jammu and Kashmir is being targeted. Terrorists don't have a narrative if Jammu and Kashmir's economy revives. Another strategy is to kill the possibility of national integration, especially when people from outside the state come in, work and also ensure the prosperity of the local indigenous population as well. That would lead to integration. They don't want that. Priyanka Gandhi, meanwhile, had tweeted on the issue, and this is what she said. She said that it is a cowardly terrorist attack that took place in Kulgam, Jammu and Kashmir, and it is an extremely shameful and reprehensible. And she said that the two laborers were in fact identified and they were working at a brick kiln and in an utterly loathsome and inhumane act. So no amount of condemnation for this can be enough, is what she said. Now, the entire nation's sympathies are with the affected families. This is also what she went ahead and said in a post, and she said that swift action should be taken in this matter. The police in Kashmir have denied that these are targeted killings, but has maintained it is a terror strike. Now, to speak more on this, we have with us Sushil Pandit, senior journalist from Jammu and Kashmir, and also A.K. Jain, who is also an ex-DGP. Let me go to Sushil Pandit first. Sushil, when we look at this aspect, you know, when non-locals are being targeted, the big question here is that the terrorists are probably worried about their narrative. They don't want any kind of people from outside the state coming in or the union territory coming in, setting up base in the state, probably even helping the locals set up their business. Now, these are small businesses. Brick kiln is just a small business. It's a blue-collar job. You have people coming, they are laborers, they are setting it up. But that stability, the very fact that a minute stability with regard to a business could affect the narrative is something they are worried about. They are not targeting non-locals because they think of an ethnic factor. They are actually targeting them because they want to ensure that the economy of Jammu and Kashmir is not revived. Is it that so?
I'm afraid not. The logic of economy is a red herring. It is, like the logic of disrupting Hindu-Muslim unity. These are all ritual statements. We have conditioned ourselves to respond to such events in such ritualistic manner. They have nothing to do with economy. They have nothing to do with social harmony. They have nothing to do with Hindu-Muslim unity. It is jihad, and jihad has a very clear objective of breaking up the Indian Union, and Jammu Kashmir is the low-hanging fruit for them. That is what they have been at. If they attack a police officer who's a local and who's doing his duty and he's armed, how do you explain this? Is this related to economy? Is this related to outsider? Is it related to social harmony or Hindu-Muslim unity? No. Why do we shut our eyes to the fact that there is a jihad going on and they will pick their targets at will to remind you that their capacity is intact? Their capacity to pick their target, pick their timing, pick their location, pick their manner of killing is intact. So the only thing they puncture here is our narrative that Kashmir is normal, our narrative that Kashmir is secure for tourists, for honeymooners, for daily wage workers. That is what they are puncturing. They are mocking at the Indian state and its claims that they have been able to bring normalcy to Kashmir. They are not fighting a narrative war. If at all, they are puncturing our narrative and re-establishing the fact that it is their writ that runs. They can target security forces at will. They can target tourists at will. They can target daily wage workers and businesses at will. And you can't do a thing about it except ritual condemnations, declaring some pittance as compensation, and then get into the motions of tracking these terrorists, responding to this outrage. Why can't we do a proactive search and cordon even before a calamity hits us? We only wait for a carnage to happen and then go after them. Why can't we do search and CADO operations? Why can't we do the drop gates and frisking? Because that blows away our narrative of normalcy. If you have drop gates, if you have regular frisking, if you have checking, if you have cordon and search operations, then you can't claim from the rooftops that Kashmir is normal. But because we want to keep this pretense of normalcy going, we go lax in our security, we drop our guard, and then we do kadi karwai. We go after chasing these so-called miscreants and militants, and then we go after and promise that we will bring them to book and so on and so forth. All this is now so routine and so predictable that it is nauseating that every time we lose precious lives, we get into the same ritualistic rigmarole of going after terrorists, punishing them, declaring compensation, and very rich condemnation coming from all parties, all ministers, all MPs, everyone. I mean, come on, we are tired of it now. Stop
Interesting,
pretending
very,
that
very
Kashmir is
interesting
normal.
take. I mean, I've never understood as to, as a person who has been following Kashmir, I'm speaking to, I never understood this particular aspect of yours, where you're saying that the real issue is the jihad that has been fostered by all these terror groups, and their intention is probably that, as you said, Kashmir is a low-hanging fruit for them. And in our understanding of trying to show it as normal, you're saying that we are actually paying a price for that.
Absolutely.
All right. Let me, in fact, get in Iki Jain, who's an ex-DGP who joins us as well. Iki Jain, what is the Kashmir situation in your assessment looks like. I mean, there seems to be these aspects of attacks on the non-locals who are coming in. Of course, after the changes in the law, the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, there has been a lot of impetus towards infrastructure projects to try to integrate it with the rest of the country. But as our co-panelist was in fact saying, Sushil Pandit was saying that all that is fine, but the problem still remains. The problem is that ideologically driven or religious ideologically driven groups backed by a neighbor still having that impunity to strike. Do you think that core problem has not been addressed?
There are no two opinions that situation in J&K has improved, and it is improving day by day. But these two attacks after 2024, within a gap of 10 days, it's a serious issue. I agree with Mr. Pandit that frisking should be carried out in a surprise manner. It is not done that you keep on searching at one place, frisking at one place 24 hours. Surprise frisking should take place. Even we do that, we carry it out in youth. I have carried it out with very good results at several places, but for that you have to work hard. Number two, checking should go on and raids should be carried out after collecting intelligence. And if raids will not be carried out, the local people, overground workers, they will give shelter to terrorists from Pakistan, and they will carry out such strikes at will. I agree with Mr. Pandit that they are carrying out these kills at will. They ask the name of the person, and when they confirmed it that they are Hindus, they shot them from point blank range. These two incidents should be worked out by J&K police as soon as possible to restore the confidence of the people. It has shaken up the confidence. You see, around 4 to 11 lakhs is the number of migrant laborers working in J&K. They are not working for their own livelihood only. They are working for revival of the economy of J&K also. That aspect should be highlighted by the local politicians. They are only highlighting कि अपनी रोजी रोटी के लिए आए थे और मारे गए और हम इसको condemn करते हैं. No, you should say that they are contributing for the economy of J&K in a very positive manner. And if they decide to leave, if they are terrorized, and if they leave all these business establishments, what will happen to J&K? What will happen to its economy? Locals, I think, now should support by going out of the way in finding out these terrorists. Where are they hiding? I am told that one is a local person and the other is a Pakistani terrorist of TRF. These people must be known to the locals. It is not possible that they are not known to. I am confident, I'm sure that everybody will not know about them. But so many people must be having knowledge that such and such has carried out the strike. Generally, the message goes around. Message goes around in the jail also. So intelligence collection should be stepped up. I don't know why I have not read about encounters with terrorists, live encounters with terrorists in J&K of late. They should go on. Searches should be carried out. And once you carry on the searches, once you are proactive in this, firing will take place. The terrorists will fire at you. And only then they will come out of their hiding places. So it is high time that J&K police should step up the intelligence collection part, and they should launch operations. Pointed operations should go on. Information-based operations should go on, and surprise checks should be carried out in certain localities. and it is a must. Whether it gives the wrong impression or not, it doesn't matter. Already, poor impression is being created because 2 attacks have taken place within a gap of 10 days. Hybrid terrorists are also involved. Pakistani terrorists are also involved. So action has to be taken. Just don't detain them in thousands. Collect intelligence and then strike at them.
Well, that point, in fact, taken. Sushil Pandit, one thing that I have is that there is a lot of unrest that's happening just across the line of control. And over there, the issue is the economy. Some of those protesters are pointing out to the Indian side of Kashmir and saying, see what's happening over there. They are bringing in more development. They're trying to bring in more infrastructure. We are probably on the collapsing front of it. Is there two stark tales that are there that we need to look when we look at this particular aspect as well?
See, as I again say, economy is a red herring. Yes, there are everyday needs, basic human needs that Pakistan occupied Kashmir is not fulfilling. But then that is the state of entire Pakistan. Pakistan is a bankrupt state. They don't have access to proper education, proper health, even food grain. So there is a huge problem there. But when it comes to our side of Kashmir, let's not forget that whether we were poor or we were relatively prosperous, Pakistan's claim on Kashmir was for different reasons altogether. When Kashmir hadn't seen this development, they were still at it. When Kashmir is today showered with development and expenditure, they are still at it. It's not because we are suddenly looking better than their side of Kashmir that they, out of jealousy, is trying to disrupt it. No, their basic motivations are that they want to dismember India in Kashmir because in Kashmir they find the conditions most ripe. And we mustn't lose sight of it that they have a huge constituency in Kashmir where they find refuge, where they find help, where they find people to recce for them, to offer them food, shelter, and guide them to escape routes. Also hide their weapons for them. As Mr. Jain said, and I completely agree with him, we must begin CASO and CADO, cordon and search operations, cordon and destroy operations. Catch them with surprise. Be proactive, not suddenly activate ourselves after a carnage has happened and go search for them. No, this is what we did when Pahalgam happened. This is what we have been doing as a practice because we've dismantled our bunkers, we have taken out our drop gates, we have thinned our presence. And I agree with him that there is a certain amount of normalcy. Yes, that normalcy graph has gone up a little, but I wouldn't call it normal till you have Armed Forces Special Powers Act promulgated there, which is a recognition of the fact that civil administration has broken down for law and order. Till such time, you have 65 battalions of Rashtriya Rifles deployed there because civil administration and policing has broken down. Unless these two are removed, we shouldn't even utter the word normal. It is a mockery of the fact that you have AFSPA there, you have Rashtriya Rifles deployed there, you have BSF and CRP deployed there, you have consistent encounters happening. And I must tell you that there are encounters happening lasting weeks and fortnights in Rajouri, in Punch area, in the Jammu belt, northern belt of Jammu region. So encounters also happen, just that they don't hit the headlines here because they keep happening. We don't resolve them quickly. So problem is that we have a consistent threat there. It needs to be first acknowledged that it is threat. It needs to be responded to proactively, not in reaction. And we need to do all that we know should be done, but we are hesitant of doing it because it blows away our normalcy narrative. What comes in the way of admitting that, yes, we have jihad? If honeymooners are turned into widows in dozens, How can we sustain normalcy narrative in the valley? No matter how much development has happened, no much what period of so-called normalcy prevails without an incident. If that capacity is intact, if hundreds of them, lethally armed, are roaming around waiting for an opportunity, can you call it normal? Hand on heart. No. No matter how uh, good it is for your political one-upmanship, or to doctor your report card in terms of security situation in Kashmir, you cannot lie about it. That capacity is intact.
Right. In fact,
And it is waiting for an opportunity.
In fact, that is what I wanted to take it out as a spin-off question from you, Sushil Pandit. I wanted to refer it to A.K. Jain on this. When it comes to a terrorist, he doesn't require any big weapon. He just needs a gun to bring that kind of terror. And of course, an AK-47 being one of those favorite weapons for these terrorists to bring in that kind of terror, it is there. You don't have a normal trained army soldier or someone who is in this. You have a person who can easily fit into the local population. He can easily move through them, and probably even you wouldn't even know that person is like, because there's no identity for this person as a terrorist until he comes out and starts shooting. That kind of a stealth is worrying, isn't it? And probably these incidents will keep happening because we still don't have that idea of probably taking them out within this stealth environment. We don't have that kind of a strategy because we are always reliant on our soldiers who are doing a fabulous job, and at the same time, but they are standing out. We know they are soldiers. We know they are, out there because their identity is there with their uniform, with the way they are doing it. There have been ops that have been carried out, but it is not at the scale that we require, where just like the terrorists who can go and infiltrate and be hidden, we should have the countermeasures also. An identity of a person can be easily hidden and take on these soldiers within the stealth and hidden alleys of Kashmir as well. Is that the strategy that we are failing at?
You see, militancy can't control only with armed forces. We have experimented with it in UP, in several districts which were crime prone, dacoity prone. There were law and order issues massive. You have to develop local intelligence. You have to develop police stations. Intelligence should emanate from the police station level, from beat constable. He should be in touch. The beat officer, the beat constable should be in touch with locals. And they should have complete confidence in him. Once they have confidence in him, somebody will confide that it is generally rumored that such and such person, one or two terrorists, outsiders have come and they are staying with such and such person. He is helping them. And only then terrorism can be controlled effectively. Otherwise, incidents will keep on taking place. After an interval of few days, there might be encounters. Armed forces are required for carrying large-scale operations. Large-scale search operations in hills, you require armed forces. But if you want the real intelligence, then local police stations should be equipped with resources. They should have full resources, and they should command the respect and the confidence of the locals. And once they are able to do it, once locals start confiding in them, then terrorism will be in check, in my opinion. I have experimented with it,
right?
Because people, they have confidence in certain officers. At places, I remember that as the IG, they used to ring me up. I told them, have you talked to the local people, police station? No, sir, we have not talked to them. Our mobile number is on this thing. You can note it down. It's the correct information. Please act on it and kindly ensure that nobody knows that I gave you a ring. So they should have confidence in you.
All right.
And unless and until the police is able to earn confidence, you put 70 battalions, 80 battalions, these type of incidents cannot be checked by armed forces. They can be checked by local policemen after collection of intelligence.
Right. Thank you, A.K. Jain, for in fact giving your perspective. Also, Sushil Pandit, for in fact giving us another perspective as well with regard to the complexity involved in Kashmir, especially with another two known local lives being lost over there. They're being targeted there. They were laborers who had come to work in Kashmir. And of course, we must not forget that there is a huge population of non-locals who are contributing for the revival of Kashmir's economy as well.